on in. What is today? Thursday? Yeah, get on in here. Come on, we got the weekend just like, it's 2 days away, right? Depending on how early you get up in the morning. If you're me, the weekend starts at noon today, but work on that. So today, have you ever had good intention? Ooh, wait a second. Have you ever had bad intention? You've had both? Have you ever had like in the middle intention, right? And how do you get from intention to success? Now, in this world we live in 2023, a lot of folks want credit for their intention versus their actions and what they did. We'll talk about that today. Very simple process. It's the Daily Boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day. Your nearly famous semi-professional motivational disc jockey dude, Scott Smith, in the studio today, Chief Motivating Officer here at motivationtomove.com, on YouTube, hanging around, fiddling around, playing around with the stuff. It'll get better as time goes on. This is kind of fun. It's kind of weird, though. Well, technology has come a long way. To do all this stuff in a studio at one time and just push a couple buttons, make it happen, it's kind of cool stuff. So thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Whatever you want to do in your world, I can tell you it is possible. It is. Not going to give you a bunch of unicorn and rainbow stuff. It's hard work. There's no doubt it's hard work. But if you're willing to figure it out and put in the work, even if it's the work to figure it out, isn't that the hardest part sometimes? I had a rough week this week. We had a couple of things that we put into play, very technical, very difficult to do, and terribly inadequate customer service. What are you going to do? The product's great. Everything's great. Need it. Got to get it to work. Wouldn't work. Customer service was just off their game this week. Frustrating week. It's all right. I didn't get frustrated. I just kept kind of dancing day by day by day. Kind of put a deadline. I said, okay, it's going to get done when it gets done, or there'll be a time when we got to move on. And the time was today, and they fixed it yesterday, so it was awesome. That's life, guys. That's life. You know that. I know that. Anybody who works hard to get success knows that. You can build fires to warm your hands or fires to burn your house down. Fires that warm your hands, you just put out with a cup of water. Fires that burn your house down, you become the arsonist. You got to call the fire department. What are you doing with your time today? Oh, took off running there, didn't I? That happens. Sometimes there's a show before we actually get to the show. It's awesome. I'm on YouTube all this week playing around, seeing what's going to happen. We'll see what happens as it put it out there. I have no idea what I'm going to get. Not looking at, oh, gosh, there I am. Oh, my goodness. dailyboostpodcast.com/YouTube. So traveling from the intersection of intention and what am I going to do to success? Look, I did it. Those are two intersections in life that we want to get to, right? How do we do that? Because I know right now, Scott, but I have good intentions. I really do. I have no doubt you do. Intentions won't get you there. Not usually. You got to do something else. There is an epidemic of, it's affecting all the dreamers of the world right now. And it's nothing more than a dream buster. So you're a dreamer, okay? And we all are. We fall in the category of dreamer. Now, I'm a dreamer too. I get out there on the end sometimes. Sometimes I have to really check myself. I don't record the podcast early in the morning because in that sleepy mode between being asleep and being awake, I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. That's dreams coming through my mouth. So I don't do it. I kind of delay about an hour and make sure I'm good and awake to do it. So we're all dreamers. We're all thinking about something. We all want something else. We all want to make something better. I don't know what your dream is. But man, it is a dream buster the way most people are thinking these days. Living a happy life, enjoying excellent relationships, making more money. Seems everyone has an intention. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. All of those are good, by the way. A happy life, excellent relationships, and making more money, as much money as you possibly can. You're allowed. There's no shortage of money out there. It's a shortage of people willing to go after it and get it. If you're willing to go after it, that's okay. There's more money. You want some of my money? Just do something of value to me and I'll give you some money. Don't feel bad about it. Go after it. If you have the intention, go after it. Take the action. Some intentions are good. Some are bad. But in any case, moving from having intentions to success requires 2 steps. We keep it simple around here. Simple. I like simple. You know why I like simple? Say it with me if you know it. Simple works. Overcomplication is good in the sense that I want to tie you up. Can I go off beat here, off book a little bit? All right, simple is great because simple works. We like to keep things really simple, just a simple diet, simple exercise plan, simple job, simple everything. Make it as simple as you possibly can so you don't have to think about it. You can just do it. It's so easy to get there. However, when you run a business, if you're trying to get your customers, it seems to be simple coming in the door, but you want it complex once they're inside because then it's hard to leave. Oh my gosh, did I just admit the secret of everything? The more complex, the harder it is for a customer to leave. The more complex, the harder it is for competitors to compete. How does that jive with simple, Scott? Well, the overall concept is simple. The execution can sometimes be complicated, and that's where the confusion is. So when we want to get to success, if our intention is to do something, we have to be willing to go through the complication to get there, working on keeping it as simple as we can. So the first step is intention becomes actionable, like we talked about earlier this week, when you decide to follow through with your intention. That's the key. And it seems like real common sense. It's Scott logic, 101. Yeah, of course, Scott, we got to decide and follow through. You have a lot of people don't. That's where the intention thing messes us up. If not, nothing will happen. Everything happens when something happens. Nothing happens when nothing happens. Although it's not entirely true. Okay, I just lied to you. The truth is, sometimes when you do nothing, bad stuff happens. It does. You can do nothing for 3 months. Your long gets too long. The HOA gets on you. You get in trouble, right? When you do something, you move on to the next step. So when you decide to follow your intention, you are forced into action, even if you don't know what the first step is. So what do? Whichever step comes to mind. We say, stand up, take a step, repeat. They go, whoa, what's that first step? I don't care. Move in that direction. I don't know what direction is. Move in one direction. After first step, if it feels like the wrong direction, turn the other direction. It doesn't matter. When your intention is to do something to be successful, then you must make it actionable. You must decide to do it. You must follow through. And you follow through to the end of time, which is when you get what you want. You don't stop before that. Oh, come here. Close. Scott logic again. If by chance you have decided to do this thing from your intention and you get into it and realize this is not the success that I want, I hate this job, then change your mind. That's okay. Stop, then take another action. Reverse direction, figure out what you want to do, make another decision, make it actionable, and go after it. But the step number one is always to move from intention into action, is to decide what you want and follow through. Yay. Write that down on a Post-it note, staple it to your husband's forehead, so when he walks in the door, you can see, decide and follow, that's it. Actually, if you're like my wife, you might want to staple it. You might want me to see that. So you want to staple on my forehead or her. You figure it out. What's step number 2? Once you've decided to follow through on your intentions, you have to multiply that action. What kind of action? It's very simple stuff. And this goes, I think we're talking about where your focus should be this week, someplace. I forget. I do these shows all at one time. So once you've decided to follow through with your intention and you get actionable, and now you're into the action mode, the type of action you're going to take is specific and directly pointed at what you want to do. A direct path to your anticipated outcome. Now, you may not know the end, and I'm going to give you a break here because I think most people, until you get into something, you can't possibly understand what the path is to where you want. You're not going to know that until you get there, and then you might not be able to remember what it was because it's been so busy. I'm not going to say you can take a direct path. Scott, I want to do, like people come to me all the time, I want to do a podcast. I say, great. And they focus on the podcast. And what happens is they get all tripped up on the early steps along the way. It's okay. It's going to happen. I'm just saying that the direct path, whatever you think the first step is to getting what you want, even if you're guessing, and most of what we do in success is guessing until we don't guess anymore, take that first step directly toward your anticipated outcome to the best of your ability. If you can get a mentor, somebody along the way that can tell you, don't do that, take this one. That's even better. I do that all day, every day. But in your case, just decide to follow through, make it actionable, and then turn that action into direct focus on the next thing that's going to take you down that direct path to getting exactly what you want. Become someone who knows what they want, decides what they're going to do about it, and follow through until you get it to the end of all time. That's how you become unstoppable. Now, let me explain that end of all time thing. It is until you get what you want, but come here real close. Here's the thing about this. Once you get used to doing this, there's no end to it. People think they get to the top, they get the success they want. This is what I wanted, I got it. And no, you just keep climbing. You become a different person, and now you're capable of more. But you got to climb up, become that different person. And as soon as you do that, next. So don't think you get to the top and relax. When you get to the top, you get the reward. All that work you've done, that hard work you've done for however long it's been, guess what the reward is? It's more hard work. It is. It's okay, though, because you get paid more and people respect you more. And you get to fly first class and walk the red carpet and maybe get paid more money for it. I don't know. All right, tomorrow we're going to wrap up the week with another couple. Let me click over the thingy over here. The secret Man, I'm on action this week. That's my thing, isn't it? It's where we are. It's where my mind is. Come on back tomorrow. We'll tell you how to take this action on the Daily Boost.